Hey guys, John here from IncomeMesh.com. I wanted to tell you about my new course, Memberships Made Easy. It's a 100% free course I just put into my membership area. It walks you through the process step by step of creating a membership site on your own website. And this has a number of benefits on top of simply collecting email addresses in your CRM, like MailChimp or Drip or something like that. And in this video, I want to give you a sneak peek into lesson number 2. I think there's like 10 lessons or so that goes through a little bit of the theory, but also very heavy on the technical, getting it done and getting it done well, beautifully, and for free and very easy. So if you want to kind of check it out, go over to IncomeMesh.com/MME. That's Memberships Made Easy. You can sign up for free for the course and for my free membership. Thank you very much. And I hope you enjoy it. So this is lesson 2. I'll go ahead and roll it right now. All right, now, so let's briefly discuss the differences, the pros and the cons of this membership or resource library type of workflow compared to a bit more of the classic email opt-in type of style. So you might be asking yourself, but aren't email opt-ins easier? You might have heard people struggling with membership sites, or you talk to people about this type of stuff, but you might be wondering, isn't it just easier to use a ConvertKit and put a form in your site and just go? And the answer is yes. Until a certain point. And let me go ahead and kind of illustrate this with a little diagram to kind of show you what I mean and why I think that the membership option is a pretty unique option, which if you do it the right way, which I'll show you in this course, can actually save you a lot of headache and a lot of confusion instead of creating it. Okay, so let's go ahead and walk through the email opt-in process first. So let's say you have the idea for a free report, a cheat sheet, whatever. You have a free report. So what is the process you need to do to deliver that to your audience? Well, you create a little opt-in form you put on your website, and you link that when they opt in to a follow-up sequence. Now that could be a welcome sequence. It can be whatever you want it to be. But in the first email of that, you probably deliver that free report, right? Okay, so that's all well and good. That's easy, totally easier than a membership, right? So let's move on a few weeks later, a month later, because in the beginning, you're just trying to grow your list, right? You're trying to kind of put content out there. You're testing. You don't know what's going to work when you first get started. So you create a lot of things to see what it really takes. And that's exactly what you should be doing. So a few weeks later, you have the idea for a quiz. So you put an email opt-in up, and then you get another follow-up sequence to deliver that quiz. Makes sense. You move on, right? So now you're trying a mini course, and okay, mini course is a cool idea. Let's try that. You see other people doing it, and you create a special follow-up sequence for that. And you get the idea, right? This can go on hundreds and hundreds of times as you test out different ideas to build your business. But at a certain point, you decide, hey, I really want to, I have my product idea. I want to sell my product. So let's create that sales sequence that's going to be like the one big thing that's really going to, drive your sales and your conversions. So now you get into the mess of trying to figure out where all of this kind of ties together within your email autoresponder. And then you also need to figure out how do you get to where these email sequences flow nicely into that email sequence, because we've all been a part of those email sequences, right? Where like you clearly were on sequence A, and then all of a sudden you get an email that's from sequence B, and they're totally different tone, totally different style. Maybe they're in a bad mood when they wrote one versus the other, because it's just when you start having so many different follow-up sequences, it gets a little bit difficult to kind of keep it all straight and keep your branding and everything working together. But the worst case is what happens here. As you're going through, and I've only drawn 3 out here on this example, but if you have 20 different opt-ins, there's a good chance that you're going to forget to connect one of your opt-ins to your sales sequence, and it'll just cause a lot of confusion, a lot of anxiety, because you're looking at all these different things you've created. If your analytics are even, if you're even able to see from the data, it's not your fault. Like, it's so hard to get this stuff to talk together. But if you see something's not even working, do you know? Or do you have this pocket of subscribers that are sitting there and not being engaged because of how of a tangled mess your system has become over time? Can you tell I'm speaking kind of personally? Like, this has all happened to all of us, right? Like, this is not, don't feel bad. That's not your fault. So instead, let's look at the resource library model or membership model. I'm going to use these interchangeably throughout the course. So the exact same example. You have the idea for your free report, but instead you decide you're going to be forward thinking, and I'm going to go ahead and create this registration page and process we're going to do here, where they can create a free account and get access to their membership content, their membership area, which is where you're going to tuck neatly, nicely your free report into that membership area. Okay. Step 2, you're like, okay, well, once they create that registration, I know they're in my system. You can also then create that sequence that you can improve over time, because as you'll see here, there's really just one major sequence that really matters. All the other small ones might just be like a quick little welcome, but the main sequence is the one that you're creating here that comes after registration that you really want to focus on. So example 2, you make a quiz, exact same thing. They sign up or log in if they've already created an account from the report earlier to your membership area. You can tuck that quiz nicely and neatly into your membership spot, and it eliminates a lot of the stress that you had from having to set everything up again. Again, the mini course goes to the registration page, and then you can tuck that mini course in your membership area. So this is a very simplified example. I know Susie, for example, my wife, she's created dozens and dozens and dozens of freebies to kind of see what resonates with her audience. It's great market research. It's a great thing to do, but it also becomes very difficult to kind of keep everything talking together nicely when it's all these disparate little workflows. So creating a single workflow like this offers some simplicity. And what's also nice, as I mentioned in the previous lesson, it creates an irresistible lead magnet, because you're no longer simply advertising a free report. You're no longer just advertising a mini course. You can pick one of these freebies to highlight in your opt-in, whether it's a pop-up or at a ribbon at the top of your page. Hey, take this free quiz. Oh yeah, and get access to 37 other free resources in my free membership area, yada yada. You can do your copywriting, but you create simplicity for your subscribers because they know they come here and they get everything. They don't need to go and try to find that blog post if they lose the PDF of the free report. They don't need to go and try to find the email where you delivered it, or try to find the blog post where they signed up for it, or maybe you're not even advertising that report anymore because it didn't work for you that well. The subscriber doesn't need to go email you to get access to that report anymore because they know it's going to be tucked nicely in this little memberships area. So that is a brief little overview of some of the benefits of the membership model. And we're going to go in the next lesson and start building it out. I'll introduce the tools and we'll get cracking. I'll see you there. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that lesson. That was lesson 2 of 10. After that lesson, we go deep into setting up a specific membership plugin and how to configure it the right way. If you want to learn more and you want to enroll in the course, head on over to incomemesh.com/MME, Memberships Made Easy, and I'll see you inside. See you there.